Hello, everyone. Mark here. Mark's Max Muscle. Always wanted to begin a live just like that. Just like my regular videos. Hello, everyone. We're going to discuss the Arnold Classic 2023. Nobody on the line yet. Do we have anybody? Here, I'll share this on my own channel. So, how are we doing, ladies and gentlemen? Doing okay? Screen's very blotchy, blurry, as usual. And I apologize upon that. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to share this. My community section. B R 5. Wow. There. All right. I am great. Yo. Blurry things of that nature. Yes, I'm sorry. I live in the mountains. Internet, it's not the best around here. We will be perhaps switching to another internet provider here soon. So hopefully these lives will get better, but I don't know. I don't think it's the internet provider. I just think it's living in the middle of nowhere. So, ladies and gentlemen, last I was talking to you guys, I had this guy picked. That's Sean Clarita. It's probably hard to see, blurry. But yeah, I had him picked as the winner of the Arnold Classic. And we had Sean Clarita, Samson Dauda, William Bonac, Kamal Algarne, Justin Rodriguez, and Akeem Williams. And since Nick Walker, Andrew Jack, Big Ramalama Ding Dong have jumped in, making this Arnold Classic awesome. This is going to be a great show, guys. This is going to be an awesome show. So, yes, the old rural Canadian internet. Not all in Canada, just I'm in Nouvelle Brunswick, New Brunswick, one of the smaller provinces. We're in the middle of the woods. Well, thank you very much, Daniel Sletton. It is great to exist. We should all be happy to exist. That's Betty White. Betty White from Golden Girls. Yes, we have Sasquatch. Seen one. Just one. Flying squirrels as well. Hey, yo, EP Zeri. What's your channel called? I'm sorry, I forget. EP Zerion. Zeronine. Fellow Canadian. EP09. That's what that's what it is. To be more serious. But anyway, guys, do I still have Sean Clarita picked as the winner of the Arnold Classic? Mm, I don't know, guys. I think we might have to do a little change up here. What do we got? What do we got here? Oh, oh, hard to see. It's Walker. It's Walker. So, Sean, I don't know, man. I like you. I like your odds, but I just don't know. I just don't know. And Big Rammy, turn this mic. Can you guys at least hear me okay? Can you hear my harmonious voice? I agree with Nick Walker. Sean is second. What about Ram Ram? Rammy's going to be his best that he can be with missing triceps and lat insertions. He's going to be in great shape, man. Now, the thing about Rammy, I think the nerves affected him more than anything. A big guy like Ramalama, yeah, the nerves gets to him, and coming into the Olympia, face on all the posters all over the city, the world. Rammy's gonna win. It's a lock. That's a lot of pressure for that guy. Thank you, Ep.9. What's your YouTube channel called? Just Ep.9? Thought it was called something else. Something else. Samson's gonna do damage. A lot of people are overlooking Samson. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Ep.9. My money is on Samson. Wow. Now, if Samson nails it, yeah, he can do really well. But Samson, I think for what he has, he did nail it at the Olympia. I think he did. He came in 100% for what he could bring, for the condition that he's in, for the shape that he's in right now. So I don't know if he can do that twice. See, Ramy did not come in 100%. He dropped the ball. He is, you got fifth. You got fifth at the Olympia. Everybody thought you were going to win. So Ramy, the pressure's off. Even if he gets fourth at the Arnold Classic, he probably is thinking, doesn't matter. I got fifth at the Olympia. So the pressure's off. And that is when Ramy is the most dangerous. Look at 2020. Didn't even qualify. Nobody had him on the radar in 2020. He got third at the Arnold. Dexter beat him. William Bonac beat him. Nobody had him on the radar, and then the pressure was off. Boom. See, the pressure was on. Ramy, 2017, we all know what happened. He got second to Phil, right? So everybody had him picked. You guys might forget, but everybody had him picked to win the 2018 Olympia because he did so good the year prior. And the pressure was on, and he dropped the ball. He pooped the bed, so to speak. Samson has great structure with wide shoulders, yeah, and small waist. Better definition in the arms could be, yeah, better definition in the arms. Sorry, hard to read. And needs more back thickness and maybe more separation in the glutes. But I mean, we all know that his hamstrings are pretty dug out, guys. That's a good set of picks. I don't like that many of bodybuildings have I don't like that many of the bodybuilders have bumps and needle marks and odd sizing of muscles. Not to mention Synthel, you have shown these in previous shows. Yeah, every generation is going to have their strong and weak points. I mean, hey, you throw a lineup of guys from the 60s, we all say, oh, silver era, golden era, they look so good. First thing we'd say, look at how small their legs are, we'd say. Look how puny their legs are. Got to do something about that. And the back thickness of nowadays athletes, it's unbelievable the amount of muscle they build. So yeah, they're going to have things wrong with them. I got some info on Ramy getting some medical treatment. I'll have a video out today on it. EP09. Good channel, guys. New channel on the rise. Young man trying to make a name for himself. Overnight, he built a new broadcast studio. The Canadians are are makers, hunters, bricklayers, and entertainers, all in one. It's because we're cold. It's freezing up here, guys. Freezing. I go out in a barn, no insulation, no heat, and work out. That's my gym. You think you're tough? Maybe you are, but you'd be tougher if you were a Canadian. Mm. Betty White. Another shout out to Betty White. X is here for the body or the voice of bodybuilding. Yeah, nah. Bob Ciccarello's pretty good. Bob Ciccarello seems to have a bad attitude lately. I like Bob. He's great. Respect him and everything. But I think it was Nick Trigili. He said between Derek Lunsford and Nick Walker, when you throw Hattie Shupin in the mix, it changes the outcome. Bob said that was I think he said the word stupidest thing that he's ever heard. Bob, when you have a lineup and versus two, I mean, one guy loses a shot, one guy wins a shot. When there's three, one guy's losing the shot way down, one guy's middle, one guy's getting supreme points. So in a lineup, Bob, the outcome will be different. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. You guys know what I'm saying? Sing makes perfect sense what Nick Trigili said. You throw four guys in there. It's gonna change it even differently. Come on, Bob. Chick. I like Bob Chick though. I want his job. I want his job. He was a great bodybuilder too, by the way. Bob could have a better attitude towards athletes, especially being the athlete's reps. He speaks his mind, but doesn't consider the athletes enough. Yeah, he speaks his mind, but I don't know if he's on the ball. He was talking about how ridiculous it would be to have a neutral black backdrop to shine the athletes on. He was saying, "Well, they have the video screen there. The video screen, it's a light." And what people don't understand, if you have a light, it's drawing away from the guys. They can't see. That's why they look so good in other years. Mark, what about Arnold? The Arnold Classic? Well, if you guys see here, I changed. Used to be Sean Clarita used to be there. But we got Nick Walker up there now. Where is your sing? J-Rock. J-Rock says it. From Trailer Park Boys. Yes, yes, EP Zeron. Or 09. Zeron. EP Zeron. That's what I'll call you. Hey, Mark, what about Arnold? I already read that. Hey, Mark. Been a fan of your channel for a couple of years. Keep up the hilarious work. You think I'm funny? You think I could do stand-up? Steve thinks I could. Right, Steve? One of those bricks look out of my You just leave my brick wall out of this. Looks just fine. Looks just fine. What do you think why they have such big backs, shoulders, arms nowadays? Is it due to HGH? The legs, the legs, as you said, and also, you mean, also noticed that the legs are not that impressive by some. Yeah, well, that's just it. You go back into the old lineups, some guys had awesome legs, even way back when. And some guys had twigs, and that's genetics, guys. Like Mark's Max Muscle has puny legs, little tiny twigs, little tiny posing trunks. Man, you look good for your age. My wife just told me that this morning. I was doing some flexes for her. She said, "Geez, you look good for 40 plus, 40 plus years of age." Well, thank you. It's easy to maintain small musculature. Huh? Hmm? Hmm. I'll take a compliment, but I am going to make fun of myself. I'll take it, but I'm poking back. Only Derek could defeat Nick. Yeah, even Hattie, I have some doubts. Hey, Hattie's good. He proved himself, I think. How are you, Marx? Hey, Jack. What up? Bro, you would nail stand up. Is that you, Steve, from the you got me to give your wife a happy birthday, I think? You don't know. You don't know. Chris Farley couldn't do stand up. Some people can't do it. Even people that are funny. I'm working with no audience reaction. If I'm telling jokes and nobody's laughing, I'm scared. I want to walk off the stage. But that's why I got the brick wall, because the comedians thing. Would love to see a comparison with Jeff King. Oh, Jeff King, he was good. Big neck on him. I've had some videos on here. Who is 40 plus? Definitely not you, Marks. Thank you. Thank you. Bro, you're not in your 40s. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. I do. I really do. By the way, you're going to compete with the other guy? Yeah. Saunch Bodybuilding. That's why I'm so skinny right now. Ripped to shreds monsoon, though. You are the most underrated bodybuilding channel. Oh, I'm just eating this up, guys. Should they separate the tall bodybuilders? No, but I think they should. And if you guys give me your ear for a second. Hold on a second. Could you could you do Samson versus Sergio Oliva versus Samson? Yeah, I think I've done it before. Hey Mark, can you make a video on steroids of today versus what they had the golden era bra? Good job on the yeah, it's me. Two things you can't teach stand up funny mojo, comedic timing. Exactly. You've got it. Yeah, but sometimes I freeze like a deer in a headlight. I've even done that in pro wrestling. I've come in and give awesome matches. Well, not five-star matches, but decent matches. Sometimes I'll freeze whenever I'm in a big match situation. That's why I understand some guys like Big Ramy, the nerves gets to him, but when he's an underdog, dangerous, dangerous. Now, if you guys are still waiting with your ears open, 212. And I know this sounds ridiculous, but with some evolution of a couple of years with this, I believe we could make this happen and make bodybuilding overall better. Now, it's going to sound ridiculous at first, but hear me out. Make 212 even par with money prizes as open. Maybe at first get it closer, but ultimately we want it the same. Then at the end of the night, winner of the 212, winner of the open, and if it's interesting to you guys, the classic winner too. But for now, 212 open, because classic's a different entity altogether. So 212 open, winner for the overall title, bonus and pay, which would equal what they get altogether would be what the Olympia winner is getting, right? He gets the Sandow and he gets the moniker Mr. My hands are white in that. It's the light shining in. It looks so white. I'm not that white. But yeah, what do you guys think? An overall winner? It would keep 212 interesting. Guys like Derek Lunsford maybe would stay in 212. Well, I think he'd go to open. But a lot of the other guys, Sean Clarita would never do open. They could have a 212 Arnold Classic. Anyway, that's my idea. That's a great idea. Superset Man is also from Romania. Nice guy. Superset Man, he's awesome. What's your favorite era of bodybuilding? Ah, believe it or not, guys, I like the 80s. I like the 80s. Believe it or not, you had Danny Padilla, and a bunch of other ones. Lee Haney, Tom Platz, Mike Menzer, Zane was still around. 80s, baby, please. Jeff King, for goodness sakes. Gunnar Rosbow, Jeff King, look it up. Look up those two dudes. Bunch on John Brown. Bunch of bodybuilders from the 80s. Yo, Marx Max Muscle. Cheers from Florida. Cheers from Betty White. How do you have that voice, dude? I'd kill to sound like that. I was blessed with a great vocal cord. Mark, can you fix my Windows 10? Yeah. Look at the clarity of my screen. You think I could fix anything? I don't think so. I'm a big fan of Gunnar Rosbow was awesome. Gunnar Rosbow was incredible. Incredible. If Stryden never left the IFBB, do you think he would be? I made a video on that. What ifs? What if every Olympia champion didn't exist? I think that Gary Stridham, he would have been ultimately the Olympia champion. John Brown was a great bodybuilder. He was a great poser as well. Great poser. I see a lot of you guys hit the thumbs up button. Thank you very much. Thank you. Makes me smile. But yeah, if you don't mind, the guys that haven't, go ahead. Hit that thumbs up button. Hello, Mark. What do you do? I'm sorry if I'm missing your comments because I can only read so fast. Never a great reader. What do I do? I sit here and talk to you guys about bodybuilding and drink black coffee. And drink black coffee. What do you think about Paul Dillette with today's tech? Well, he had, guys in the 90s were revolutionizing growth and everything like that. So Paul Dillette had it. He had the stuff. And he just didn't work his back out for balance. I don't think he listened to people, maybe. I don't know. I like him though. I follow him on Instagram. He posts a lot of awesome pictures, if you know what I mean. Never seen you live. What's up, brother? Here I am, Everett Duncan. Papa! Only 31 thumbs up and 50 watching. Shame on that. Well, some people don't even have channels to hit thumbs up. Hmm. What's your current diet and training? I'm leaning right now. So it's protein every few hours. Lean protein, fish, some chicken. It'd be nice to get back onto my building diet. But leaning down's fun. It's like any other sport. You want to try it out? You want to try it out? You want to try me, Sanch? Me and Sanch? You want to do it? You want to throw down? Sanch, I think he's going to get nice and lean this time. Might even defeat old Mark's Max Muscle. I'm getting a little older. Every few hours, I usually eat. How do you find out all these things about guys in the 70s and 80s? Even the unknown guys. You find sites. You can find sites. Mark, what do you do for a living? I'm a YouTuber. I'm a YouTuber. Oh, A bunch of questions just went by, guys. I'm sorry. Bro, do you have someone who helps you with your videos or do you do everything yourself, such as editing? I do everything myself. That's why it's not the best quality of stuff. Hey, if I had Superset Man's knowledge, he's great at that stuff. I'll take the winner of you and Saunch. All right? But I think that's it for me. Like I'm packing it in. I'm gonna go towards building weight till I'm 50 or so and then just ease down. What about trenbolone? Actate to build and cut the same time 20 pounds of muscle, lean tissue. I don't know, man. I don't know. Hey, Marx, Max, can you please say bubble, trouble, triple, double, bubble? Ha ha ha. Do you think eating 2 whole eggs a day is too much? Thanks for the awesome content. Double bubble, triple trouble, double bubble, parappa, parappa, double double bubble, triple trouble, double bubble gut, bubble gut. Eggs? Who told you that eggs are bad for you? Who told you? Whoever says that, have a look at them and ask them where they got the knowledge. Ask them where they got the knowledge that eggs are bad for you. I eat 2 dozen eggs a day by times, and I have for 20 years. Well, I'm exaggerating a bit, but I eat half a dozen eggs in a sitting. I've been doing that for years, guys. Go ahead, check my cholesterol. You get these people eating great big steaks. Oh, those eggs will kill you. Nom, 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 nom. I used to have a boss. He would tell me that every time he'd see me eating the eggs. As long as you don't put a pound of butter on them and accompany it with bacon, they're fine. And yes, whole eggs. Because there's actually more sodium in the white part and there's the good fats in the yolk. So, eggs are eggs. It's the most unhealthy people that tell you that too. Those eggs are no good for you. Give me a cigarette. Nom, 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 nom. Now where's my alcohol? Gurgle, gurgle. Not that there's anything wrong with cigarettes and alcohol. If that's what you want, hey, you should have the freedom to choose. You can eat egg whites all you want and don't eat the yolks, and your cholesterol will be fine. Oh, come on. I am a flower. Go talk to Dave Palumbo. You want to get him upset? Tell him to take the yolks out of his eggs. He eats 36 eggs a day for 30 years, and he has the clearest cholesterol the doctor's ever seen for anybody that age. And the list continues. It came from this old study they did back in the 70s where all these men put that they didn't drink alcohol, and they really were. They didn't write this down on the thing because they were scared their wives were going to find out. The only common thing that all these guys had, they ate more than 2 eggs a day or something like that. Whereas they didn't put that they drank, corn whiskey. So that was the only common factor, and some of these guys were having heart attacks. So they went into this big thing. Oh, if you eat more than 4 eggs a day, you're going to have a heart attack. Good lord! Eat all the steak you want, though, and not that there's anything wrong with steak. Listen, my grandfather lived many, many years, and not because he ate steak or eggs. It's because he minded his own business. When people are eating something, he left them alone. You eat what you want to eat. You know, unless you're hunting me for sport and eating me, I'm fine with it. Hey. I do enjoy some steak. See, that's great. That's great. But you get these idiots that say, "Oh, it's bad for you. It's gonna kill you." Now, give me something that was also made from an animal. You know, whatever. I don't eat beef, but I eat chicken. If you want to eat beef, eat beef. I don't like it because it's hard on my digestive system. I'm a little bit older now. Steak equals gains. Yeah. Well, there's more creatine in steak for sure. For sure. Red meat makes you more vascular too. Am I going to the Arnold? I don't think I could make it out of my driveway, man. Eggs are healthy. Yes, eggs are healthy. Go talk to Robbie Robinson. Well, maybe not. He might have a bad attitude nowadays, but he rocks the eggs. Yolks as well. Yeah, there you go. Anders, that information is it floods when you start looking at it. When you start looking for information like how are eggs killing people? They're not. It was I don't know why it was propaganda against it for some reason. Why don't you start a point system on your comparison videos that would give us a good idea overall points? Because sometimes if I showed you what I'm writing down, you guys would be like, "What does that mean? What does that mean?" Sometimes I'll give more points for aesthetics when he is so much more aesthetically pleasing than the other guy that it is going to make a difference at the end. And conditioning is a whole other ball game. Shape, symmetry, who's winning the poses is another category altogether. It's my own system. I think it comes out with the proper winner. Proper. Chris Dickerson elbow. Yeah, I got some pointy elbows. A long elbow. Long arms though. Good for slapping you. Eggs are the most healthy food you can eat. I eat 3 each day. Yeah? Does anybody do the unhealthy people ever tell you, "Don't eat those eggs. They're bad for you." Sorry. "Don't eat those eggs." That's your guys' impression. As long as you're all good. Playa. Playa. Mario Ultimate Art, what's up? Doing some drawing today? Artiste, guys. Follow him on Instagram. Give the f mm, given the facts that cows and chickens are, yeah, buy local chickens where they don't inject them. Bro, you have bodybuilding cards. No, I don't. It's a picture. It's not a card. It's a picture. What's up, playa? You ever considered doing some one-on-one interviews with bodybuilders? Ian Valier would probably do it. Ian would not do it. Bodybuilders do not like me. Nick Walker said, mute that crap, he said. How to build 58-inch thick chest like Arnold. Start off with the genetics, then work from there. What is your plans for your channel in 2023? Work, work, work. Maybe unload some new types of videos, more live feeds. Now, I tried to open up my other channel, Marx Max Muscle, but it was a little bit tricky to get that channel monetized, if you hear what I'm saying. So at this point in time, we're going to be leaning away from the Marx Max Muscle second channel, my fallback channel, I guess, if something happens to this one. But for the most part, the live feeds are going to be done on this channel, guys. So these are the live Q&As back on the main channel. Opinion about Chad. Why isn't he coming out of and tell us that Big Rammy is not how he used to be? I've been following all the interviews, JD, Chad, and they were exaggerated from Chad's always going to support his guy, even if he dies, which a lot of guys have died under his watchful eye. But I mean, you know, SI, that a joke with brick on brick background. You leave my bricks out of this. That's brick. That's brick. What is your take on Derek's decision just to do one event, Olympia this year? He hasn't won any open. Yeah, if he wants to win the Olympia, he has a better chance now, I would say. Who's your favorite to win the Arnold? Betty White. Papa! Probably Walker, guys. Look for Walker to win. If not, we have this guy here. We have Ramrod. We have Ramrod. We have Samson Dauda as well. Can we get a Lou Ferrigno impression? Lou Ferrigno, he only had one objective in mind, to be number one. What happened to Ramy's stomach? Loose skin? Yeah, he just overcarbed. You could take that separation right out of those abs. You could look at his back in the day, he didn't even carb up, probably. Abs just a poppin'. Poppin'. Your favorite pick of golden era bodybuilders? Um, what's his name? Rick. There's a Rick guy. He was awesome. Who's that guy from the golden era? Rick something. Come on. I don't want to look it up. I hate looking stuff up when I'm talking to you guys. Clarita is oily. No, he isn't. Arnold impression, brah. Come on! Fall into position and situation. Get caught up on the hook. Juicep Wilcox. He's good. He's good. Almost time for a shave. Almost time for a shave, ladies and gentlemen. What up, Mark? Mark's Max Muscle. Clarita oily shoulders. Come on. Maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit of powdered sugar. Michael Crezo in the Arnold. That would have been great. That would have been good. What about Andrew Jack, guys? Anybody mention? Yeah, I am Flower. Andrew Jack. You heard it here. First is Mr. Olympia winner 2023. Yeah, could be. You're doing a great impression. Can you please do one or two? Please do a Jay Cutler. Big. Don't. Oh, I can't read that fast. Is it sunflower or mustard oil? You're hilarious. You know that? Gunter Schlierkamp, one of the greatest to model after stage presence. Yeah, he had great stage presence. Hey, it's Superset Man, guys. Superset Man. Hello, Superset Man. What's the more interesting battle at the Arnold? Andrew versus Samson or Nick versus Ramy? Hmm. Two great rematches from the Olympia as well. I don't know. All four is going to be some great ingredients. I'm telling you right now. Wow. Clarita, Sean Clarita, he's going to be in there too. He's going to be in there too. Andrew really needs some time. I know he's beating guys without having glutes and hamstrings, but I think at the top, you will need competition. You need competition. Yeah, to dig out those hamstrings and glutes would be a game changer for Andrew Jack. Can Nick beat Ramy? Are you high on marijuana, sir? He did beat Big Ramy. Yes, he can. Crezo's not in the Arnold as far as I know. Is Andrew Jacked and Andrew Jacked is working with a new team, Chris Aceto. Yeah. I think you can't, or you need time working with a new team to show any improvement. Not long. Give it time. Jacked is a bit weird. What? Who isn't? Nick Walker's update photos look terrible. He's shrinking. Well, he just did the Olympia, man. He's gonna get smaller, more conditioned as he was dieting down for the Olympia. He's not gonna just boom and then boom. He can't. There's no time to put on any size of any noticeable size anyway. Do you think The Simpsons suck now? I don't watch The Simpsons anymore. I like the old ones. I'll put the old ones on, but I don't have a cow, man. You know, it is what it is. But the old ones still make me laugh. The Aurora Borealis, localized in your kitchen. This time of year, this time of day. Well, yes. Sounds good to me. Mark, why do you think a lot of top guys are missing lat meat? Well, Dave Palumbo pointed out, I think their nerves can be affected in their spine itself and can cut off attachments to your lats, which make it impossible to grow lat meat. You didn't see that back in the day because they were not squatting these big, massive amounts. Patrick Moore just chose the wrong show to come back. Right, guys? Well, mm, hey, if he looks great, why are Simpsons gone woke? What's that mean? Nick Walker's got fire hoses for leg veins. Ask Arnold. Do you think Ramy has any chance of winning the Arnold? I think he has a great chance of winning the Arnold. To be honest with you, Diane, I wouldn't be surprised if he won. Krizo was smart. He decided to work on his back and do complete bulk for 6 and 8 weeks of bench, squat, deadlifts, just to increase strength and pull. Then he'll go hard on his back. And same with their parts. Yeah, he has a petite back compared to the rest of them. How long until we see another Ronnie Coleman physique show up? We had Yates, then Coleman within years. Then, well, the thing is, we had Arnold Schwarzenegger. And how long did we have to wait to see Ronnie Coleman after Arnold Schwarzenegger? Haney was good too. No, The Simpsons sucked for 20 years, Jack Todd. Yeah, I stopped watching The Simpsons. I mean, new ones, probably 20 years ago. Ramy is getting medical treatment currently. I found out some info. Oh, really? Ep.9. Ramy's winning the Arnold, says Superset Man. Being in shape would be the best comeback story since jail. That's not what he said. If Ramy, yeah, it would be a great success story. When Andrew Jack gets a better side sweep and more developed back, he will be a standard of bodybuilding, the standard. What if C-Bum comes to open? Well, then we'll see how thin he is. Won't we? Won't we? Ramy's abs did suck at the 2022. Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. Is there still hope for Ramy? Absolutely, guys. Simpsons died in 1998. Yeah, they definitely weaned down. Not like Seinfeld. Seinfeld stopped right at the top before they showed their weaknesses. Makes it great for the rerun value of them. Ramy versus Walker will be a final battle. Don't forget this dude, please. Please. Don't forget him. There is still politics. Both IFBB Middle Eastern winners. Huh? I don't see any. Do you think Samson has the potential to win the Olympia in a couple of years? Absolutely. Samson does. Crezo does. Andrew Jack does. Nick Walker does. Derek Lunsford does. All of those guys do. Crezo. Hi, Mark. Hope you're good. Well, thank you. Well, thank you. I don't think Sebum can make it in the open. No, me neither. He probably can't pack on that much more muscle. Hopefully, his kidney issues making gear not as easy. Yeah, health is the most important thing. I mean, it's great to cheer on these athletes like Rolly Winkler. I'm glad to see Rolly Winkler not competing this year because I like the guy. He's awesome. He's not gonna come back 100%. They say Syntho kills your nerve endings. Well, then maybe that's why their lat insertions are going bye bye. The unsolved mystery, the missing lat insertions. Who's taking them and where are they being attached? Look at the big thick lat insertions that we've seen in the past. Kai Green, Lee Haney. Go back further, guys. Franco Colombo. I mean, thick lat insertions. Haddies are good. He's been accused of the old simple. Do you have a favorite current open bodybuilder? I like Samson. I like Samson. Hey, a lot of you guys might say, "Ah, ah," but I like Nick Walker. I like Nick Walker. I like his physique. It is what it is, guys. They're not all going to be Frank Zanes. He's a mass monster. He keeps that midsection pretty in check for a guy with a wide waist. So, don't see no bubble gut on Nick Walker. Is growing a beard a thing in Canada? That's not a beard. That's a couple of weeks. Not even that's about a week, whatever it is. I get a big beard if I let it grow, but it gets itchy. A little longer than this and it starts to get itchy. Have any bodybuilders contacted you? I've talked to a few bodybuilders. I've talked to Olympia champions. I've talked to Olympia champions on Instagram. That's right, guys. I've been told off by bodybuilders too. How dare you try to tell us who looks good and who doesn't, looking the way you do? Doesn't take a great bodybuilder to judge a great bodybuilder. Nick's awesome, and Samson looks like he's improving fast. Dog barking. Are you juicing? Yeah. 10-inch neck, 10-inch pipes. I'm on the gear. Parappa! No, I've never been on the juice. I agree, Samson is good. So is Nick. Crezo. Yeah, I like Crezo too. I like Crezo too. There's a lot of potential. Bodybuilding right now is exciting. What wrestling organization did you work for? Um, ECWF, I think, was the first back in 2001. XWA, VPW, IHPW, a bunch of them. A bunch of them. XWA was probably the most did my most matches, maybe. Thoughts on Sergio Oliva Jr.? Do you think Sergio Oliva is either gonna come on strong in these next couple of years and become a contender for the Olympia champion, or he's gonna continue on doing what he's been doing, which is nothing. Whining, complaining, placing low, battling with people on the internet. He just doesn't seem to have the mentality. Now, if he was winning the shows, I think that's the type of mentality that he has, but he's not winning. So it's like he was complaining that the backstage at the Arnold, they didn't have enough time to prepare and all this and that and the other thing. And I don't hear anybody else complaining about it. You know, nobody remembers a couple of years ago when James Hollingshead and his pals were on the podcast mocking Samson. Yeah, I do. I remember saying he ain't 300 pounds. Ain't no 300 pounds around here, mate. That's Australian, not English. I am 300 pounds. Take a look at my weight. I am weighing myself right now. The weather's not very good in England. There's always a cloud over above. My magazines have all gone moldy. The magazines. We're almost out of coffee, ladies and gentlemen. You know what that means. Means we're going to stop this broadcast pretty soon. But we are having fun. We are having fun. There is no one in bodybuilding right now that has the potential that Phil Heath had, or Ronnie Coleman, or Flex. It has been a long time. No, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. Are you going to see anyone? I wouldn't say that at all. Structurally speaking, Andrew Jacked is better than all of those guys that you mentioned. Even Ronnie Coleman. Yes. Samson Dauda, Michael Crezo, these guys have the same type of structure of a Ronnie Coleman. Now, back development, it's going to be harder to see the potential of these guys. So, I mean, no, nobody's going to have the back of a Phil Heath. I don't even think Ronnie Coleman's back was quite as good as Phil Heath's. Bigger, just not as symmetrical, not as perfect. I don't know. It's a debate, guys. It's a debate. I've been following Andrew Jack since Dubai. And the problem isn't he doesn't listen. His coach let him go because of that. Oh, that he doesn't listen. 7 years and Andrew has had the same body. I don't know. I see some improvement. Do you own Ram Man, the toy? I have a Ram Man action figure. But I mean, I don't think that's what you're talking about. Andrew Jack has that potential. Yeah, he does. Who's your favorite superhero, Batman or Spider-Man? Hmm. I like Spider-Man more than Batman, but I like Batman too, depending on which version. I like the old Spider-Man cartoon from the 60s. Dun, 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 bum, 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 ba-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. Wah, 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 wah. You guys remember that one? 60s? Batman was kind of a ferry hopper in the 60s. Him and Robin. If you guys don't mind, hit thumbs up on the video and subscribe to the channel. I got 69 people watching me right now. 69. Nice photo in the background. Yeah. Used to be Sean Clarida. Now it's Nick Walker. Radio voice. I always had the face for radio. Best face for radio, ladies and gentlemen. What do you think of Samson comes in peeled? Yeah, if he comes in peeled, it's lights out, guys. Andrew Jack will be the next biggest and tallest. No, I don't think he's any taller than Arnold. I don't think he's any taller than Arnold. Put him next to Nick Walker. I watch every video. This guy goes into depth and is hilarious. Just pure entertainment and consistent. Keep it up. Keep up the great work. Oh, you're talking about me. Why, thank you, Sean Vieira. Sean Vieira. Bulldog Sleeper. I hope you do a different photo every live stream. Well, It'll probably stay up there till after the Arnold's Classics. Come on, do it. In a year or two, we will be excited and the guys will improve. See the difference between someone that listens. Krizo already started on his back thickness, and Andrew's doing drop sets. I'd like to see the guys overall be healthier. Hmm? Would that not be important, guys? Have like an age limit or something, or have a size limit for masters, and have the guys, if they get a certain age, you have to go to the masters. Depends. What do I prefer, freaks or aesthetics? It depends. Look at Brandon Curry. He's an aesthetic bodybuilder. Stick him next to a Frank Zane, and yeah, he's a mass monster. So he's both. Is everyone forgetting about Andrew Jacked? Is 37. 37's pretty young. I'm in my 40s. Put that cookie down now. That's not a cookie. I wouldn't eat a cookie right now. I'm dieting. Are you doing live commentary during the Arnold Classic? No, I'll be probably working on videos to get out for you guys. You guys will want to see a close look at the top 3 and all that. Before they announce it, you guys want to know who's winning. Who do you think's going to win? You want to know my opinion on who I think's going to win before I know. That way you can say, well, Marx was wrong or Marx was right. Who's the greatest Canadian bodybuilder of all time? Well, Chris Bumstead, if you count classic, but open bodybuilding, probably Dillette. Probably Dillette. I was gonna say Ian, but 37 is not old for bodybuilding. It's prime. You don't look 40. You look younger. Thank you. Thank you. Is there anyone come close aesthetics like Sean Roden, small waist? Yeah, I think Brandon Curry's just as aesthetic. Sean Roden was great ab genetics, posing. Posing is another thing. Roden was probably a better poser. Not a monster, like, by the way. R.I.P. Sean Roden. Yes, yes. Coleman was retired before 37, so not sure how people. Ronnie Coleman was retired before 37. Did you hear yourself, Hawes? HOS? He said Ronnie Coleman was retired before 37. Ronnie Coleman was winning Olympia titles in his 40s. Wow. Get your facts straight. Yeah, 37 is prime. 32 to 37. Prime time. When you hit 100,000 subs, are you selling merch? Maybe. Maybe. If I'm making enough to invest in that. Ian Valier is the best on paper, I think. Well, did Paul Dillette get 4th one year at the Olympia? I think he got 4th at the Olympia. Check that out. I think he does have a higher place than Ian. Ian at the Olympia. Ian got 6th, I think. 6th or 7th. Yeah, Ronnie Coleman won his first Olympia title at that age. He didn't retire at 37. He just started winning Olympia titles. Marx, your voice seems like a gorilla is talking to us. Never mind. Ooh, 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 ooh. That's a gorilla. Gorilla. Maybe he was thinking of Lee Haney. Why do open class end up balding, losing hair? I think it's just the style. They shave to make their body look bigger. We missed the shaved version of Lee Haney. That would have been a good one. Yeah, Sean Roden was at his best at 43. Chris Dickerson won the Olympia title at 43. There's been a few Olympia champions in their 40s. 40s, baby please. . Lee Haney was retired very young. I think Haney had the potential to win more Olympia titles than anyone. Of course, Arnold on paper won 10 Olympia titles. He retired on top. He came back in 1980 and won one. So if he came back in 1980 and won one, I like saying won one, then he could have won one in 76, 77, 78, 79, and obviously he did in 1980. That would have been 10. Mark, you sound like a baseball announcer. It is a great day for a ball game. Let's have two. First up at bat, Cecil Fielder. Look for a pop fly and a caught pop fly. He's out. You guys remember Cecil Fielder? Hmm? It would take Andrew a year or longer to put on dense muscle. He can't just be conditioned and win. He needs muscle. Well, he has size, structure, width, aesthetics. If he had the best condition. Oh, guys, it says my connection is unstable. Are you guys still seeing me here? Are you still able to see me? Lag for a sec. Yes, I see you. Oh, just this thing came up and said my connection is unstable. Buffers. Really gone. Hold on a second, guys. Well, we are reaching over an hour anyway, so I think it's almost time to say goodbye. Okay. There. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Who are you cheering for to win the Olympia in 2023? I have to wait till the time, I guess. See who does good this year, who does bad this year. We'll have a better impression on who's going to win. Pecking order through the year. Mark, have you gotten any backlash from Dorianites about Dorian versus Big Rammy video? No, no. They lay off me now. They know I'm not, you know. This is bodybuilding, people, not politics, not religion. If you disagree with somebody, it doesn't have to come to blows. It's why we like bodybuilding in the first place, because it's a sport where, we're not killing each other. We're not really battling. We can bicker. We can say Ronnie Coleman's back was overrated without getting. Somebody just threw a rock at my house because I said that. Well, I guess you can't say everything. No, I'm just joking. Oh no, I missed it. You missed what? The live stream? I'm here. I'm here. You didn't miss nothing. No one is downloading porn. Please. Please give us your Greg Doucette voice impression. Ha ha ha. I need to take my leave. Well, you know what Marx Max Muscle said now? He said Derek Lunsford could win the classic title. Oh my God. Oh my God. Well, if he lost 100 pounds, he could. Do a Carl Weathers impression, man. I mean, who wants to hear Carl Weathers? He has one of the most fantasticest voices I have ever heard in my life, man. The greatest title in the whole world, rock. That's Carl Weathers. Great voice. Justin Shear? Is that big, thick guy? He's a good, big, thick, front double bicep pose guy. How big are your arms? Oh, they gotta be 9.5. They're almost 10 by now. I don't know. I don't know. When they're this small, you don't measure them. I know my leg is like the most same size as my waist. So I guess that's pretty good. That one needs some work. What one? My Carl Weathers? No, man. Hey, Mark, I am right about at least a year to fill in those hams and back for Andrew. Well, yeah, yeah, might not happen, guys. Might not happen. Oh, wait. I was thinking Ole Williams. 15-inch guns, Mario? Wow. I'm depleted down now, so I think I might have lost an inch. Oh, you don't like my Greg Doucette? Greg Doucette probably doesn't like my Greg Doucette either. But what the heck? He's making a mint. And about a year for Krizo to get back like Dorian. Oh no, Krizo's never getting a back like that. His back's small compared to the rest of them. Just seems to be in that rear lat. You've seen him beside other guys, just doesn't. What are you talking about? I can't do that impression. Nobody wants to hear that impression anyway. Come on over here with your big muscly arms. My waist. How about the pervert? My waist is the size of my trash bin. That's funny. What's your favorite impression? Mm. Mr. T. We ain't gonna be messing around with no Mr. T. I train alone. I fight alone. I guess I don't fight alone. Let off some steam, Bennett. Let off some steam. Greg Doucette doesn't like his Greg Doucette. No, he doesn't. Well, it's on Greg Doucette. You're great. Love your channel, or love your show. You're funny. Thank you, Eduardo Batista. Was that Michael Jackson? No, Michael Jackson. Do you climb trees? Gotta get that whistle on it. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to do. You look healthy, and that's what matters. Well, I feel healthy. I feel healthy. Wasn't always quite so healthy, though, ladies and gentlemen, mentally or physically. It's a raging alcoholic at one time. I'm a non practicing alcoholic now. What's your favorite bodybuilding era? If you hadn't asked that already. Yeah, they asked it already, but I don't mind answering that question. I like the 80s. I think there was more transition in the 80s. There was more of a broad, variety of physiques, great physiques, aesthetic. You had Bob Paris, for goodness sakes. You had Mass Monsters, Jeff King, Tom Platz. Are you ignoring my questions because I'm not subbed? I sub now. No, sorry, man. I don't. They go by. I'm sorry. I'm not ignoring, and I don't ignore questions in the comment section below. I don't. I don't have time to read them, guys. Your humor makes you better than the Tominator. Hey, the Tominator was great. He doesn't. He's not trying. The Tominator. He doesn't have the love for bodybuilding, and he's admitted that. If Tominator pushed down on the gas pedal, he would probably be as good as or as big as Nick Strength and Power. Thank you, Orlando. Thank you. Even the fitness women look better. Sam Elliott. Do Sam Elliott. I don't think you can do Sam Elliott. I think he has his own voice. You're 11 years off the booze, you mean? But we all had great people to follow us. Naturals in the 80s. Yeah, there was some quote unquote naturals. Jean Paul Guillaume, was he a natural? Can you do Randy the Macho Man Savage? Oh, yeah. Tick tock, tick tock. Time's coming, Hulk Hogan, yeah. And I drop the elbow from the top rope and I come down onto the neck and crunch, 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 Hulk Hogan, yeah. Dig it! Hulk Hogan impression? Oh, I don't do the Hulkster, brother. I was never a Hulkamaniac, brother. I like Macho Man better. Derek's not doing the Arnold. I told you guys that a long time ago. He's the type of a guy that if he's doing it, you would know in advance. You would know in advance. I can do Sam Elliott's. There's one thing I got on you. Okay, done with cap locks. Now, love you. Well, I love you too. And if you can do Sam Elliott, well, yeah, you have one on me. But can you do Homer Simpson? Ah. How well could Ed Koach have placed if he competed? I think Edward Koach would be a standout. I think Edward Koach was ahead of his time. I think he had everything. I don't think he was missing anything. Little bit of a thicker midsection for his time too, though. Grizo's arms overpowering his back. Grizo's arms overpowering his back. Yeah, could be. Could be. Change his training. Mention his coach. Some of those guys, they just won't listen to anybody. They want to listen to the guy that's putting them through what they like. More comfortable with the training, whatever. Sometimes you got to put yourself in an uncomfortable spot to get what you want. Do you like apples or oranges? I'm a banana type of guy myself. I'm a banana guy. Jay and Phil are some of the hardest impressions. Hey, damn, man. I'm Phil Heath, man. Don't be getting on here, man. Yeah, Phil's hard to do without sounding like you're trying to make fun of the guy. I respect the heck out of Phil Heath. Derek needs a break, yeah. Yeah. Michael Winslow from Police Academy is the best voice impressionist. He can imitate anything. Yeah, yeah. Mel Blanc is probably the finest voice guy I've ever heard. Peter, 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 Peter. My name is Peter Griffin. Oh. I can't do Peter that well. Make a Terminator voice. No, 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 no. That's Terminator. Nick Walker doesn't have the aesthetics, in my opinion. It would have to be an incredibly weak year at the Olympia if Nick Walker was going to be the winner. Nick Walker could have won this year, guys, or last year. Could have won last year. And it was anything but a weak lineup. Tell you that right now. Is Samson strong or is Samson strong like Samson? No, he shaved his head. If he grew his hair out like me, yeah, he would be. Hattie's a little better though. Is he? Yeah. Yeah. Why Nick doesn't do some of Arnold's most famous poses. Nick's physique doesn't match Arnold's poses. Maybe a couple of back ones. Back, tilted rear double by. It is wise for Ramy to compete at the Arnold Classic. Yeah, I think it is. Seems like he was injured at the Olympia. I don't think so. Could be wrong. But I mean, if he knows he looks better now, you might as well compete because people are going to remember you from last year's Olympia. And, you know, he already trained, he did the dieting. Might as well, sorry, rubbing against that brick. Rubbing against that brick wall. That's real. That's a brick too. Brick wall. Hey, Mr. Mark, how's things over in Mapleland? Best case Ontario. Well, the best case Ontario for Nick Walker is that Ramy brings the same package that he brought at the Olympia to the Arnold. Nick will win. Can he beat Andrew Jack? I think absolutely he will. I think Nick, honestly, guys, needs to worry about this little guy right here. Call me foolish, but would you cut off your ponytail for $100? Yeah, send me $100 and I'll cut my hair off right now. I'll do it. Hurry up. I'm waiting. Don't worry, Jack. I don't see anybody sending me $100. So yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen. It's only a ponytail anyway. You cut that off, you can just grow it out. It would be cutting the whole top would be the most devastating part. Would you cut off your ponytail for free? No. Send him $100 super chat. Don't cut your hair. I don't know what to do. Yeah. I can't see anybody in their right mind sending me money to cut my hair off. But I mean, for $100. Yeah. Honey, we're eating tonight. Guys didn't hear that, did you? Somebody do it. I'll pluck one out for $1. So you guys all get together. 100 of you guys. There's 62 of yous here. Do it. I don't cut my hair. That's a woman thing. Real man just lets his hair grow. Just joking, guys. Just joking. That's sent to all the people that say it's girly to have long hair. It's girly to go get it cut. I can't see option to send a super chat. Oh, well, I don't really want to cut my hair anyway. Shredded to the socks. Parappa! Hopefully. Hopefully enough to defeat Josh Saunch from Bodybuilding News Network. No need to cut my hair, mate. No worries. No worries, mate. So what do you guys think? Who's winning the Arnold? I'm leaving soon, guys. Who's winning the Arnold? Comment in this comment section. Who is winning the Arnold? Huh? You shave, though. Don't you tell me. I pluck. Boit, 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 boit. Nick Walker. Whammy. Jack Todd seems to think he's going to win. Sean Clarita. Samson. Nick. Couple for Nick. Couple for Samson. I wouldn't really embarrass himself anyway. Pretending to read. Spoke about it since I'll come back. Yeah. Have you done a video on best of season physiques or worst? I think I've done one. Off-season physiques. Too smooth monsoon or something of that nature. Danny DeVito is going to win. Danny DeVito would never win a bodybuilding competition. Samson will win. I like that. Andrew jacked. Nobody said Andrew Jack. Big Lenny, most freaky bodybuilder. Yeah, he's quite freaky, all right. Nick Walker or Andrew Jack. Ooh, that's gonna be a matchup, guys. Aesthetics, and then you get this. No, don't ignore this piece of iron. This is a piece of iron. Stone granite. It's like my bracelets. They're made of stones. Charcoalite. It would give you an awful punch in the face. You'd probably chip a tooth. I don't want to ever find out. Who is a good match for Danny DeVito anyway? Joe Pesci? Joe Pesci versus Danny DeVito? Nick Walker got Blockbuster. Got block blockier, not Blockbuster. He got more Blockbuster-like in 2021. I don't think so. No offense, but Clarita will get lost in this lineup. Do you think that his conditioning will be lost? If that sticks out to them, that condition, build. Look out. That tickled the old throat. Build. Rafael Brandeo versus Brett Wilkin. Big man. He would have placed good. Yeah, Brett Wilkin, he's kind of an X factor for this year as well, guys. Milo did an episode on Synthel and how it took muscle from him and was never yeah. Well, yeah, guys. Also, if you've got your guns full of Synthel, you're less likely to be training those biceps all the time. So you're not helping yourself, that's for sure. That's for darn sure. Clarita will look like baby next to Ramy. He will look like baby Ramy. But if Ramy's all, unconditioned, the Penguin, Danny DeVito, yeah, he's Penguin. He was also he was on Twins. He was Arnold's twin brother. Have you ever been sad, Marx? Absolutely. Like I mentioned earlier, I was a raging alcoholic, and that into a state of depression. State of depression. My woman left me. Old Mark's Max Muscle was at the bottom. Had to stop wrestling. Too many concussions. That's what's wrong. Broke my hand really bad. My thumb. Had metal pins put in my thumb. Still not the same. Then I met a really good woman. Changed my life. Changed my life. What's your favorite Batman movie? 1 and 2. Batman, when they redid Batman in the 90s, he used to be this fairy hopper. Not that there's anything wrong with Adam West, but I didn't like that Batman. The campy Batman. They made it into a dark. Michael Keaton did Batman 1 and 2, the Joker, and then Penguin. After that, it kind of got cartoony. Then they revised it, the Dark Knight and all that. I'm not into that. Not into it. Quality movies, great movies, but not for me. Why don't competitors use gold paint tan more like Nick did at the show he won? They're not allowed to use that miracle tan. Batman from Nolan. What's that? Yeah, too many concussions is not a thing to joke around with. Chris Benoit, that's likely what happened to him. They put on the front pages steroids, steroids, this, steroids, that. When no motherfucking steroids. This is all messed up from concussions and continuously wrestling. Oh, yes, yeah, sure. Well, who did those movies, the Batman movies? It was some director. Did a lot of those movies back then. You guys know who I'm talking about? The new Batman is emo. Tim Burton. Tim Burton. That's who did it. Thank you, Jack. Thank you, Jack. When I can't think, I couldn't think of Ray Liotta's name the other day. Ray Liotta. Was thinking of that movie. Danny DeVito said, or told not Danny DeVito, Joe Pesci told Joe Pesci that he was funny. Actually, new Batman is pretty good. Yeah, no, Jack, I got nothing against it. I just don't watch it. It's a time factor with me. I loved Chris Benoit and Eddie Guerrero. Yeah, me too. Me too. So Andrew Jack able to knock everybody out of the Arnolds. Now with Sean Roden's Dream Team, Aceto, Flex, Stanimal. Gonna be a hard thing to do. Ray Liotta. Ray Liotta was a cool guy. Actually, Ray Liotta used to train at Gold's down at Venice. Huh? Ray Liotta. He was a cool dude. Have a nice evening, Marks Max Muscle. You're great. Gotta go. Got exams tomorrow. Sleep is the most important thing. Get that sleep. You wake up refreshed, ready to do good on your exams. You got this. You got this. Have a good day. R.I.P. Ray Liotta. That's right. That's right. One of the great ones. I guess they needed him up there. Man, I miss Roden on stage. What an incredible physique. What an incredible presence he had on stage. Goodfellas, great cinema. Yeah. Great movie. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, nice. Never knew that about Ray Liotta. What, you didn't know that he passed away? Yeah. Roden was one of the all-time bests. Are you a Nick fanboy? No. No. He's good though. Tim Burton just did a new show on Netflix. Huh. Interesting. Indeed. So much. How wow, learn so much about you. Feel a good connection with you. Wish you more great days. Really, Edward? What did I say? What did I say? Where in Canada? New Brunswick. East Coast. No, I never knew that he worked out at Gold's. Oh, yes, Ray Liotta. Yeah, I heard somebody say that. Sean Ray or somebody, I think. I mean, he wasn't jacked or anything, but he. And Adam Sandler movies. If you take the heart out of the Adam Sandler movies, they're the best comedies. It was when he tried to put too much heart in them. It's like, that's not why I'm watching this. Mr. Deeds, it's like, Mr. Deeds could have been one of the better movies that he did, but too much about the love story. Give me your slapsticks, your Billy Madison. I'll watch that right now. Might put that on after this live feed. Peeled. In 2008-10, I was so peeled inside and out. Your face and your voice doesn't match. You know how many times I've heard that? Your voice is great. Face is okay too. That's funny. That's funny. Keep up the good work. Is Michelle Pfeiffer the best Catwoman? Eartha Kitt? Julie Newmar? 2 thumbs up. There was the new Catwoman too, wasn't there? Remember Laura off of, Family Matters? Remember Steve Urkel? "Hey, big guy, got any cheese? Hey, 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 snort, snort, snort." Laura dressed up as Catwoman one time. She looked pretty good. Sandler movie with, Carl Weathers about golf is one of the best. That's an Adam Sandler movie. He had that big wooden hand. It's all in the hips. It's all in the hips. They had Carl Weathers who played Apollo Creed, and Adam Sandler took his girlfriend out on a date on a closed skating rink, and that's what Rocky did in Rocky 1. He took Adrian out on a closed skating rink. I think they copied off that. Rocky, Happy Gilmore. And he was fist fighting all the time too. Bob Barker beat him up. Lots of seafood, yeah. After my diet, I go on a seafood diet. After my dieting, after I lean down, I do some posing, then I go on a seafood diet. Norm Macdonald, um, Norm, well, he started on Saturday Night Live. That's what the first place I seen him and, Adam Sandler. Saturday Night Live back then had a all-star cast. Chris Farley was there, David Spade, all those guys, Mike, Myers. They all turned into big movie stars. Norm Macdonald, if you got his humor, like, "Hey, look at these characters over here. The guy's so funny." Norm Macdonald. Yeah, he did the news. Chevy Chase used to do the news, and then another guy did the news. Norm Macdonald was maybe the better guy to do the news. Comedy doesn't mess with the low hands. Hmm. Grown-ups? Hmm. Norm Macdonald had his own movie. Dirty Work? Yes, he was. Norm was very underrated comedian. He had a quality about him that was he didn't even have to try to be funny, and he was funny. Always be thankful for having charming, inoffensive, holy cow in my repertoire. Holy cow in your repertoire. Yeah, Norm Macdonald, guys, he was awesome. Thoughts on Fuad's Bro Chat? I catch it when I can, but honestly, I don't have a whole lot of time to watch Bro Chat. I like Dennis James. Him, talking to anybody. Jay Cutler, Chris Cormier on there, Kevin Levrone. Just had coffee, like Yoda would say. Toilet. You will see. I don't get it. Don Rickles and Norm Macdonald, two my favorites. Don Rickles, yeah. Can't picture Don Rickles. Let me look that up. Bear with me, people. Don Rickles. There he is. Oh yeah. Don Rickles, he was making fun of on the movie theater. And he was making fun of the fat guy. That was funny. I think Don Rickles was actually on Jerry Seinfeld's Cars and Comedians as well as Norm Macdonald. Wow, it's crazy how a lot of those guys are really sick. And Dennis James Roundtable. Yeah, I like the Dennis James podcasts. Love your channel. Keep it up. Thank you. I love you guys. Well, that's it, guys. That's it for talks. The 2023 Arnold Classic. We can discuss other things too. Meteors, earthquakes, volcanoes, poles shifting, pyramids, anything. Anything at all. You too, Mario. Love Olympia, but it does so much damage. Food had to stop because of kidney. Let's stream for 10 hours. Oh, I get hungry. How to perform the perfect frog splash? Don't jump. Soon as you go up, go froggy. Then open up and come down. Don't try to jump and then go because you're only going to land messed up. Soon as you jump, Try not to hit the guy's arms. Make sure you tell him to bring his arms in. One guy had his arms out one time, and I actually broke his arm. Broke it legitimately. I landed on it with my knee. And he's a nice guy, too. Oh, felt so bad. You definitely don't think of yourself as a tough guy, like, oh, I broke that guy's arm. It's no, you messed up. But he admitted, I should have had my arm in there. Dude, you're the most sane person I know, and I don't even know you, and you're a certified cookie. Cookie? Thank you for being you. Oh, I'm gonna show my wife this one when she gets home. Might even get a little cookie myself. Eddie Guerrero broke his arm. Yeah, yeah, he did. His first frog splash, for goodness sakes. Knock on wood. Never been injured in my frog splashes. My lower back, there had a match one time. I must have did like 3 or 4 of them or something. But my lower back, oh, I think from crashing down, gotta watch it. You gotta watch it. Not afraid of coffee. Poop Yoda. You will be. You will be. You got Liver King and Flex Wheeler in second. Imagine if Liver King eventually had a problem with his liver. Huh? Would- Wouldn't that be funny? Is Dennis James still friends with Ramy after the Olympia? Dennis James is a cool guy. He's not going to not be friends with Big Ramy. Dennis James is a cool guy. Do you think that Ramy will live his house for the Arnold prep? Probably. Probably. Ramy has a good chance of winning, guys. For us, there is no spring, just the wind that smells fresh before the storm. Conan, he was just getting into acting at that point. Is the sweet grass? Is to smell the sweet grass? Ah, yes, Conan. Great film. Great film to watch or to listen to or to do both. Great music. Bum, 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 bum. My favorite scene on Conan is when Subutai, Conan, they're waiting. They're waiting for at the final, the big battle. They're waiting for the people to come, and they see them on the horizon. Then they're getting ready, and Arnold's like praying to Crom. But I like that scene. They're getting ready. Okay, we're gonna get ready for this big battle. We're either gonna die or we're gonna kill. Have you ever seen Steven Seagal on Mad TV? Yeah, the big fat guy dresses up as him. He could probably give Steven Seagal. You know what? I think David Hasselhoff could whip Steven Seagal's butt. I'll fight Steven Seagal. Might not beat him, but I'll fight him. David Carradine, Van Damme, wha! Get him just like that. How to do the Batista bomb, but in Jay Cutler's voice. You're gonna pick the guy up, and if he doesn't come up, you really gotta yank him, and then make sure his head flops up, because if he doesn't bring his head up, he's gonna land on his head. I used to have a buddy I used to wrestle with, and he wouldn't take the power bomb properly. You'd ready to go pick him up, and he'd try to stay flat. He wouldn't come up, and he'd almost land on his head. It's like, well, you gotta trust the guy power bombing you. You gotta land flat. You end up landing on your head. You would fit to Mad TV, Mark, with the impressions. Yeah. I never knew that Steven Seagal was actually good. I seen a display. taking out 8 Japanese. Yeah, are you kidding me? Steven Seagal's never fought in a day in his life. All demonstration. And he would stiff the guys too. They would come back later and say, "You stiffed me." There was an old stuntman called Gene LaBelle. If you've ever not heard of Gene LaBelle, you look it up. He's more than just a stuntman. He was a stunt coordinator. He was one of the very first ever mixed martial artists as well. Judo Gene LaBelle back in the day. He was an old man, a stunt coordinator, and he was roughing up the stuntman on a movie. And old Judo Gene LaBelle, he said he could knock you. He told Seagal, "Oh, I could knock you out." And Seagal said, "Nothing you could do would ever knock me out." He said, "Go ahead, put the move on me." So Judo Gene LaBelle, he locked on to Seagal. Seagal tried to punch him in the groin, tried to punch him in the groin to get out. And nothing doing, Gene LaBelle knocked him out right in front of everybody. All the stuntmen were so happy to see this guy get his because he was going around, he rifled them pretty good. But Judo Gene LaBelle knocked him out right there in front of everybody. And then all of a sudden, Steven Seagal, he pooped himself. He got knocked out and he pooped himself right in front of everybody making the movie. Forget which movie that was. But good old Judo Gene LaBelle. Gene LaBelle was actually the referee of the Muhammad Ali Antonio Inoki match. They got him to do that because he already did a boxer versus wrestling match years prior. And he beat the wrestler, or he beat the boxer. Judo Gene LaBelle. He actually taught Bruce Lee a thing or two about grappling and wrestling. Yeah, Gene LaBelle. Look that up, Eduardo. If you don't know who Gene LaBelle is that true story? Yes. Yes, it is a true story. He made Seagal because he was the stunt coordinator. Seagal looked at this little man. You ain't gonna do nothing. He was a short little red-headed guy. He was old by then, but he was still very rugged. A very rugged man. He choked Seagal right out, and he was probably eating sushi all day. Seagal. But having said that, guys, I love putting on a Steven Seagal movie. He's an actor. He's not an MMA fighter, and neither is Jean-Claude Van Damme. Both of them could probably beat me up. Might be able to beat you up too. But they ain't beating Chuck Norris up, I can tell you that. I would pay to see that. Yeah, many people would pay to see that. There's plenty of interviews out there, people talking about it that are not liars. And too many people came forth and were there. Yeah. Gotta go poop right now before I Steven Seagal myself. Yeah. No, he pooped. He done pooped himself. So who would win, Steven Seagal or Van Damme? Nobody knows because they never fought. Everybody has an opinion on it. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Seagal wanted to fight him. He was at a house party. Seagal Amsgrade. I don't want to go. I don't want to go up against that French man. But anyway. I think they stopped putting martial artists in the movies at a certain point because they're so hard to deal with. Skull pooped on my windshield. I pay to see Steve Buscemi. Whoopi Goldberg? Who's that? I know who Whoopi Goldberg. Who's Oh, Steve Buscemi. I know that guy, I think. I think. Guys, I have to go. I gotta go feed myself in order to defeat Josh Saunch from Bodybuilding News Network. 2003, Ronnie Coleman. 2017, Greg Doucette. Well, Greg Doucette's pretty peeled. And he sounds pretty funny. If you get him going, he gets pretty upset. Good power lifter, too, there was Greg in his salad days. A little long in the tooth now. Yes, you need to be in shape. All right, guys, hit thumbs up if you don't mind. And please, if you have not already, please subscribe to the channel. Trying to get to that 100,000 subscriber mark. Beyond? Yes, and then beyond. Anyway, ladies and gents, if you're just joining me, I apologize, but we're ending the live stream. And I'll be back maybe tomorrow. Guten Appetit, Appetit, Gut and Bei's bald. What does that even mean? Do some old matches. You are doing a lot of modern era bodybuilders, like keep watching the same guys. Well, after the Olympia, everybody wants to see the Olympia versions of the guys. Little too late, monsoon. Whoa, Black Betty, bam, ba, damn, Black Betty, wham, cha, wham, wha-pa, wha-ha. All right, guys, thanks for joining me. I appreciate, love you guys. Without you guys, there would be no Marx Max Muscle. You know that, right? All right. Until next time, from Marx Max Muscle and Betty White, have a good day.